Ah, yes, Grace of Cornerbrook. I heard you were coming here. I am no longer of Cornerbrook. That is my husband's responsibility now. I am Grace the Wanderer. Yes, I had heard. You know, when I heard that you were coming here on a vision, I thought perhaps I could spread word around town that I might have something of use to someone who seeks the Leviathan. Really, in this shop of yours, I am not just an apothecary. I am also a bookseller, and I have something that I think you will find fascinating. Well, let's just take a look then, why don't we? Hello and welcome, friends, to my playthrough of After the Ends with Mistress Grace of the Clan Laverty. We are here in the Magdalene Islands trying to discover if there is any truth to our visions that have driven us from our home. We are somewhat unsettled at this time, somewhat listless, but discovering the book in the old man's bookshop, the sacrifice of old man Ahab by the prophet Ishmael, this book, with its mark of the fathomless faith on it, and a story that we're just beginning to understand, leads us to believe that there is some legitimacy to our visions. Indeed, although we are whalers and we do know of whaling, we can see that the book, it contains a great deal of symbolism in it, and that whaling may simply be a metaphor for a man's attempt to drive one of the horrid leviathans back into the sea. In fact, we're already starting to see old man Ahab as the cornerstone of our new faith. As old man Ahab's story began in Nantucket, which is an island not far from here, according to the locals in the Magdalene Isles, a place we probably even heard of ourselves, near Ivyland, where the great University of Boston is. We will need to travel there as soon as possible in order to pursue our potential next step in our quest to figure out what our visions mean. But I think we're going to get married. I've been looking at all the people in our camp, and I believe that Cecil is actually a good candidate. He is trusting, he is compassionate, he's a witch, which doesn't really go for him, but he's very diplomatic. He's about our age, a little older than us, and I think he would make an excellent spouse, so we're going to do that. There's no point in waiting. I don't know if he takes our visions seriously, but I do know that he wouldn't reject them outright like some of the cynics in our group. We do need to participate in this war we signed up for, though. It would be bad if we didn't. Our force is very small, though, so we're going to have to attach ourselves and hope that he manages us well, that he manages the battle, because we're really here as an auxiliary force, not as the main military force that will succeed or fail at this warframe. Okay, since he's moving, we'll follow. Let's attach ourselves to this army. Hopefully he figures out what he needs to do fast. Letting somebody else maintain control of the situation, though, will help us to, I think, spend time reading the book, learning more about its nature. Ruin rambling. So we have come across a ruin, and I think we're going to try our luck. Of course we are. Oh, we discovered the Laverty sword. Interesting. Well, we will definitely be using that. A sword of fine craftsmanship. Nice. Okay, we seem to be trying to flee that army, which makes a lot of sense since they're so much bigger than us. He caught them. He didn't catch us, though. I don't think we can turn this battle. Looking at the situation here, we may have to just simply abandon them. We won't do it, though. We have to do our best. We just don't have men or resources to lose, right? We can't just... Oh, we cannot succeed at this siege. I mean, technically speaking, it is not our fault. Nope. That's not right. You're coming this way, and then you're going in. You're not walking back across a strong enemy. That's not nonsensical. Because we're small, we're a much more agile force than his, so we'll easily get to the sea before he can attack us. Maybe we can meet back up with them, and we'll have a chance to help them defend. Realistically speaking, it doesn't look like this war is winnable. The food at Mayor Jean Ude's of Kempbelton's residence in Kempleton is excellent, of course. A far cry from the usual rough and ready fare that I'm used to. I am very glad you could answer my summons, he says, gesturing in my direction. I'd like to see if there's anything we can do to help each other. So we're going to take a favor. At this point, we have full provisions. Well, we'll take the provisions anyway, because it doesn't make any sense. 5 gold is not worth our time. Probably should have taken the gold. I don't know what I was thinking. I was actually thinking that it would overflow into money like it usually does, but apparently not that event. Yeah, their entire military is completely in shambles. They have no chance at all to win this war. I almost feel like we should probably be abandoning this contract. Yep. Well, they're still winning, but it's going to start changing as soon as these sieges go through, right? Let's see where they decide to go, because we could besiege this. If we besiege this, That will put the whole thing back into reach. But trying to besiege it is going to be a huge risk because both of these armies are much bigger than us. Yeah. Mind you, this army is actually not a participant even. Like, they're not even related to the situation. Now that he's committed to the siege, we'll land here and see if we can do anything at all to help. Maybe clear the siege. We do have to take our commitments seriously. And we committed to this battle. Just to be clear, our copy of the sacrifice of old man Ahab by the prophet Ishmael is... It's just a bejeweled scriptures that we have themed to the game and given us in a save edit. Aches and pains, oof. I find myself making such noises when sitting down at the campfire. Okay, we cannot afford the tent upgrade, so we'll just stay at the inn. Just about to clear this siege, which is good. I simply don't see how they have any chance of winning even when we do clear the siege, but we gotta do what we gotta do. They brought all their troops over to help. Briefly, that should put it back to their favor. They might be able to get some ticking off of that. I'm going to head back to the sea so that I can't get sniped when this guy inevitably comes back over here to try to do something about the siege we just broke. Too small a force to do this, although if we were just a little bit bigger, because mercenaries are so strong, I would actually, because adventurers are so strong, I would actually try this, but I think we would need to be at like a third of what he has, so like 400 to make it worthwhile. These guys do not really stand a chance. This war in particular is bad for them. What is the nature of that war? Oh, he only has one war. So who are you guys? Don't know who you are. One war. Yep. Ooh, our first wandering perk. Let's take Storyteller. And we can go on a hike. In fact, we'll probably go on a hike once we get to Nantucket, just so that we can really get to know the area, you know? Because I'm really feeling the need to get to know the area. This war is going to take forever. But we agreed, and we're being paid. We got to do the things that we say we're going to do, right? Make a request interaction. Throw me some gold, sir. No, you won't. So give me, it'll be 10 gold. It's actually like what I would get from the other one anyway. So we'll just sell the provisions for 10 gold. And we wait, right? We wait. He's about to come back. Taking this didn't make any difference, which is interesting. Mind you, if all of us attack him right now, if they actually coordinate an attack that we join, that could result in what we want, right? So let's come in. We're agile. Okay, they're going to move. Are they going to get caught, though? They're going to get caught. Let's see if we can be the thing that makes the difference in this battle. I think we are. I think we're pushing it through. Oh, one of our screechers has maimed one of their guys. Oh, again, too. Same guy twice. That is what you call appropriate participation in a war. Ha! I think we're probably pretty much responsible for helping to turn this war around. Are they going to continue this siege? Because if they are, that could be a path to victory. I think at this point, we are significantly better than them, which is good, because that could be the key that wins this war. I think we just won this war for our benefactor. He better be happy about that. Like, I don't think they can come back. Like, their troop numbers are too close to ours, and my strength is too much. Because, of course, I'm an adventurer, and we have the best armies. Mercenary armies are best armies. This 200-man group going to actually attack us? No, most likely he's going to join up with his friends, and they're going to try to attack us together. They only have a short time to act, though, is the thing, before we either finish this siege, which will probably win with only 20% left, 19% left, or we're going to be so close to winning that it might even tick down in the battle if they decide to attack us. I really think our 700 is worth more than their 975. I really think we've got this. Which is exactly why you hire someone of our caliber. Because we make things happen. I originally did not think there was anything we could do to fix this war, but apparently we were exactly what he needed, so that's great. After this, we'll head over to Nantucket. Would love to do a little hike to the region, get an opportunity to talk to the locals, find something out about their fathomless faith, see if there's any connection between Old Man Ahab and their Old Man of the Sea. I mean, the book does bear the mark of their faith, right on the cover, which implies that it was written by one of their faithful. I do wonder. You're taking forever to click this off, man. It shouldn't take days for you to realize you've won a war. Days. Days and days. Oh, so we are pregnant by our new husband at the age of 40. Sneaking suspicion. That is a weird event to come up from somebody who is literally trusting. Of course it is. So be it. Victory! Victory, victory. Let's disband all. Let's immediately go into the castle here. This ought to be interesting, and we will see if there's anybody who might join us. We're going to try to use our prominence to get people to join. Good, let's head back. You better pay us. You really better pay us. You better pay us. Or whoever it was who hired us, it was you, right? He's like minus 200. He's never going to pay us. Well-oiled machine. Our little forest of tents, okay. So we'll help out. Good to see them getting along. Let's see. This guy will not give us gold, but he will give us 10 gold worth of provisions, which is literally the same to me. Let's now start the journey to Nantucket. Down, down, down to Nantucket. Here we go. I think maybe on the way we'll land here in the capital of Tiramara, Halifax. No, here as well in Augusta, which I think is the capital of, is this the capital of Maine? Yeah. So we're a little bit more interested in Augusta than we are in Halifax, but because Augusta is actually fathomless territory. This will be our first opportunity to see what a fathomless king might look like. Rare trinket. So this is a bejeweled book of the martyrs. I am not in the least but interested. I already possess my religious texts, so I don't really need that. Plus, our old faith is not really calling to us anymore. And I think the people in the camp are starting to notice. I would expect as much, at least. A winged thief. What? So this child, the child of Lydia, this boy, this 0-year-old boy, is telling me not to kill the bird. Now, I've heard a story of the great curses that can happen to those that kill birds at sea. And more than that, I believe in the library in our former home up here. Oh, it doesn't even have its name anymore. Our foolish husband has already lost Cornerbrook. In Cornerbrook, we read a story about another old man of the sea who lost everything because instead of chasing the Leviathans, he became obsessed with a bird. So I will show mercy. We must obey the law of the sea, if anything. We are a fog song, which means we must obey the law of the sea. And as much as we are a fog song, we are quickly becoming a follower of old man Ahab. And old man Ahab would also incline us towards following the will of the sea. Of course, old man Ahab is about mastering the sea, becoming an overlord over those who are a danger to us. Those creatures, the Leviathans of the deep. Let's investigate. We found some riches. Can always use riches. Let me just look here. So we have light horsemen and armored footmen. Let's raise the light horsemen up. Oh, we can't afford it. Can't afford either. We need more money. Danger, white squall. White squall, turn to port. The coxswain's horrifying yell does not suit the calm weather, but my ears are filled with an increasingly loud roar of the wind. In less than a heartbeat, the moist white mist engulfs the whole ship. Louder than the wind, the mainmast cracks and falls overboard. As sudden as it came, the squall moves on. Our boat lazily rocks on the calm sea, dragging the torn sails and broken oars along. We need to somehow raise makeshift sails. Fear not, we have more sails. Yes, because we are of a culture, right, that has a seagoing trait. So we will fear not, we have more sails. And do the repairs ourselves. Of course, we'd have to land on a nearby island and do some work, right? Maybe cut a new mast, but we can get it done. We're efficient sailors. All right, we have a daughter and heir. They want to name her Shirley. I think we're gonna call her Gracie. She is super cute. Let's go. Might do this stand with us contract if it seems relevant. I don't know. He's gonna lose this war real fast. Probably when the siege is done, so I don't think we'll be able to help with that. So we'll hold off. Okay, what else do we have? We have a hunt criminals up here. Let's go do that. Bring me her head. A small group travels faster. Yeah, we'll go alone. Looks like we're going up first. Okay. We will fight this as a single combat if we see that there's any chance to do so. Defense of the coast is our destiny after all. Okay, so she is 13 and we are 22. We should definitely fight her. I'll show you how I have to sword. That is a medium chance of success, low chance of injury. Is that the best you've got? It becomes harder to injure myself. We play defensively to try to tire them out. Let's see how you do without your mace. She's in a pretty good position right now, but we will do our heft our sword. We are evenly matched, victory balancing on a knife's edge. My form is good with only small errors. Her stance is incredible. I'm the fastest blade in Maine, of course I am. I have my opponent on the back foot. Maggot, you think you can stand against me? Better women than you have died trying to break my guard. That's what we'll do. Okay, she's on the back foot. Your stance is still incredible, but my form is excellent. Is that the best you got? You can't even hit me. Well, we'll try to tire her out. And we have taken the head of the criminal. You asked for it, and you cannot act surprised when we bring it. Goodbye, Teresa. Let's head back to Nantucket with our pay. There is another criminal hunt out there. Distant shores, I stroll through the market of this strange land. Vendors beckon in an alien tongue. I am lost in a sea of foreign scents, but strangely feel like home. Where else could I have the pleasure of walking through apple orchards, hearing jubilant labor songs all around when watching the sun set over the mountains, warmed by the heart of a friendly stranger. Truly, this is a land of the free. A woman walks through Nantucket, but is she still Grace? No, I think we keep our faith, but we will get some cultural acceptance. I could see us one day hybridizing with the Chowder folk. We could make ourselves like Maritimers or something. Okay, we're also going to do this. Oh, they're looking for hired muscle. For some reason I thought that this was a... oh, it doesn't matter. We can be hired muscle. That's perfectly suitable to us. On our way by, though, we are going to visit the city of Boston, just because we want to get an idea of how good their university truly is. And maybe we can find other books or references to Old Man Ahab. So let's customize our route. Okay, back out to sea. Why would a seafarer like me travel that far across land when I can avoid it? Doesn't make any sense. Traveling across land is for military maneuvers. It's not for travel. That doesn't make any sense, but it's close, right? We find a lot of references to people talking about the nature of the metaphors inside our great book. Apparently, long ago, the book was more known for being about the whale, but that easily could be a later interpretation, falsely understanding the metaphors. Far and wide, or just one more hill. Your children have a chance to gain prowess and the traveler's trait. Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. One more hill is a great trait. Peter comes of age. This is my son, the one that we no longer really look after. It's good to hear, though, that he has been healthy since we've been gone. Hired muscle. All right. Let's do even. So for muscle, we'll put Winifred the Stout. Get in there. We shall put in Job. We shall put in Job's wife, Paige. For the footpad, we'll put in Dugald. And for the lookout, we shall put in Mekopad. No. We'll put in Lita. There we go. That should be a very successful job. Done quicker than we can even think it. Once we go back, we're going to go on a hike and explore Cape Cod. Learn more about the traditions of whaling down here. Okay. Plenty in common. So we've let this run further than we need to, I think, but that's fine. We'll execute the scheme now. Seize the moment. Excellent success. Very good. While we're over here... Actually, no, let's just go. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Winifred and Job, their common interest in facing challenges and challengers head-on, no matter the risks, has proven to be a strong bonding agent. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding along one another on the road is becoming increasingly common sight. Good for them. Yes, they have as much right to find pleasant companionship in the world as anyone else does. Okay, now that we're back, there's something I noticed that I thought I would bring up. There's only one lighthouse left in all the world. One temple in an area that's fathomless, and it's here in Suffolk. The problem with that is that this kid here is a principalist, and he will convert his territory. I think Hampstead starts also as fathomless, and it has already been converted, so that leaves us with only one possibility if we want to get a free conversion. I was going to do a hike at the end of this episode in order to explore Cape Cod, but I think we're gonna move our camp to this lighthouse, and we're gonna finish up by actually changing our faith. This is a temporary state, though. It is important to note that we're going to become fathomless because fathomless is speaking to us, and we've recognized the fact that Old Man Ahab is a mirror's reflection of the Old Man of the Sea, that they are effectively part of the same being. But our true faith is the faith of Old Man Ahab and the hunt for the Great Leviathan. And so we're not going to stay this faith forever. Eventually we will, or one of our ancestors will, try to devise their own version of it. You know, a schism, where we focus more on our version of the Old Man of the Sea, Ahab, from the prophecies of Ishmael. Now, while we're here, we're just going to immediately go in and check out the lighthouse. It's a great tragedy that this is the last lighthouse of the Fathomless that exists. We're going to go on a garden stroll. And we're going to change over to their religion. So we will change immediately. Let's head back to camp. We will attempt to demand our husband's conversion. He won't do it, likely, so we will sway him until we hit maximum. Then we might seduce him. We can grant him a pardon for being a witch. That's a thing. That is definitely a thing. Part of me wants to roll the dice. We need more learning skill. I mean, our possession of the book is now actually helping us, which is good. But we would be able to convert him better if we had more learning skill. Maybe we do seduce him instead of sway. I think we do. I think we seduce him. See if we can't succeed at getting him on our side on this thing. We lost our pilgrim trait because we no longer follow the religion that we did the pilgrimage for, but we are now fathomless. And with that, I think I'm gonna bring this episode to an end. We'll head back to Nantucket. It's interesting that one more hill works on our children that are stationary back at home. That's funny. Start moving our camp. A moment alone. No one would ever find it strange that I sit with my husband by the fireplace until late in the evening. Yet there is a tension in the air. I want nothing more than to pull him close and tear his clothes from his body. Ah, this one again. A hand on his hand would say it all. We could give him a kiss. Let's give him a kiss. Ah, wow. Really? Well, if that's the case, maybe we just get a divorce. We could find somebody who's more receptive. Like, we don't need that in our life. I thought when he agreed to marry us that he actually wanted to marry us, but, you know, that's a thing. I've been made aware that Master Cecil is very close to his friend Paige. Gaining her favor might help catch his attention. I can give her a weak hook on me, I think. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'll offer her a favor. Hearts and minds. Anything for a friend of Cecil's. Okay. Well, we'll continue with the romance of our husband. I mean, the seduction of our husband. And our first attempts to begin converting our camp in the next episode. I think we will also immediately spend some money on a hike in order to get to know the fathomless people that live around here and to learn more about their faith. I would also like to get some work done. Rescue a fair subject here. We got settle boundary disputes, always good. Right, with that though, thank you for watching and I hope you join us in the next one. Goodbye for now.